Good morning, I'm Leslie Stewart and you're watching TERRA at Home. We're at our home set here at the Waterdown location of TERRA, and we have some special guests with us here today. It's a really neat event coming up called the Bay Area Dads for Dads Ultimate Chef 2012, and we're here with MPP of Burlington, Mike Wallace. Thank you so much for being with us here today.
No problem.
And Bill Bown. Bill Bown is actually the managing marketing director here at TERRA, and also the producer of TERRA at Home. And so it's kind of fun to have you guys here together. Now, interesting, like, why we have the two of you, but it's you amongst many other people, right, males in our community, Hamilton, Burlington area, coming together to compete against one another in the kitchen.
That's right.
Interesting.
We're going to be on March 3rd. We're going to be at Luna Station. There'll be over 40 chefs, dads, who are preparing a dish that will, a little piece of each dish will be for about 40, 50 people.
Okay.
People can choose one of the 5 chefs of over the 40 chefs that are going to be there, what they want to try.
So like little food station setup.
Food stations. We're competing for the best chef there that night, and of course I'm going to win. But the
I don't know, because these guys were, you know, you've been duking it out for like the last half an hour. So again, that's the thing. It's competition amongst all different walks of life in our community. So who else is in this with you guys?
Well, Bill's in it, sort of. Yeah. We have chefs from the corporate sector. We have chefs from the community. We have from both sides of the bay, both in Hamilton and in Burlington.
You have some football players?
We have some.
That's the rumor we're hearing.
We're hearing. They won't tell us exactly who we're competing against, because you know, we'd have time to take them out beforehand, so we don't want to have that happen.
It's kind of stealth.
It seems like it, and it seems because when guys get into this kind of stuff, you guys get really competitive.
Well, it is competitive, but the important part is it's for Bereaved Families of Ontario.
And that's the big thing. This is a charitable event.
That's correct.
And what a great cause. Right. Again, you know, the #1 source for bereaved families since 1980 in our community. And really, you know, they provide free basically
services,
free services for every family in our community, and I think that's what's wonderful about this, is that we can help with the funding at this dinner, selling tickets and having people come and attend this function, which is actually, you know, on the happier note of things, right? It'll be a really fun event. It's at Luna Station, and so people could come out and have the opportunity to taste some of this interesting food you guys are making. Now, I understand it's going to be good. So there are different categories. We're talking appetizers.
Well,
it starts out there.
I only know how to make 2 things, Leslie, and I'm making one of them. Okay. And it's the main course. I'm calling it Mike's Chicken, and I can't tell you what's in it.
It's surprise chicken.
It's just a bit of a surprise, but I think I have served it before to other people, and they have left my house in one piece. So I'm happy.
Were they smiling?
Well, they left my house. They were smiling, happy to leave.
And they didn't call the next day. So.
No,
did they ever come back?
I can't say that. There you go. But you know, what we're there for is, you know, the organization, the Bereaved Families of Ontario, the Hamilton branch. You know, they serve over 650 families a year. They're the only group that I know of that help bereaved parents deal with the loss of a child, and they help children with loss of siblings and so on. So there's a lot of service that happens, mostly with, you know, over 3,000 volunteer hours a year. They have a small staff of about 5 people to be able to put on those programs, but there's a call-in station. They need the funds to be able to keep the doors open, to be able to service those people. And it's not a charity that you go and talk about publicly. It's about a sad time in people's lives and families' lives, and
it's got to be one of the hardest things for someone to deal with when you think about it. You know, and so these people need to go through these services to help function again in life.
That's right.
Right, to keep themselves moving.
They have a lot of people a lot of organizations refer people to them, and one that's of particular interest is the Hamilton Victim Services, for example.
Yes.
They refer people to this organization because there's nowhere else for them to go. They're lost. They've lost someone close to them, and it's this organization and the programs they put on that it can make a difference in getting their lives back together after such tragedy. And
that's the thing, as you say, so a lot of people don't hear about it on a regular basis. So this is, we're kind of trying to bring it to the forefront and help people get involved. And you know, and again, it is a nice way by doing this dinner, the first time ever that they're trying this out. And so, you know, having all of these chefs, you said about 40?
There's a little over 40.
They said it's upwards of 40 now.
40, yeah.
Wow. So I mean, a lot of people have really jumped on board. And so you prepare this food, and then again, everybody gets their own little portions of it through the night, so you are getting a good fill of dinner. And then it's going to be judged by judges in the community as well.
Right. Some celebrity judges are going to be there picking my dish.
Well, I heard a rumor Chef Rachel from TERRA Home's going to be there.
Wow. See, Bill thinks he's got everything. I'm emceeing the event as well. So
she's emceeing the event. So if you happen to be a TERRA Home fan.
Very good.
So kind of looking forward to this. This is actually going to, and it's going to have a nice sort of vibe and energy to it because, again, it is very social with the food station concept. And then, of course, awarding the awards that night. There are different categories. So, of course, you know, we're talking about the main entry. There's gourmet soups and appetizers as well, right? So people are making different types
things. That's right.
You know, of food for the evening.
So I'm making a main dish.
Right.
I don't
So
know
Bill, what are you
making a main dish?
Are you making a main dish?
I'm actually making a dish that I learned in Italy. So it's going to be a handmade pasta.
Really?
Yeah.
You're going to make the pasta itself?
I'll make the pasta too.
I think that's really adventurous.
I think I'm going to lose.
It's good with chicken.
Oh, that's good.
See, now you're
Nobody said
coming
it could
together.
be a team event.
No, see, that's nice.
That's an idea.
Look at that.
So the night will have the dinner piece. There'll be some lots of fun afterwards.
Yeah.
It's in Luna Station. It's a great place to have an event
Luna Station. Love
it. We're hoping that people will buy tickets. They're available on the website. They're available through all the chefs that are there. The other thing that if you can't make it though, there is an opportunity to support the organization through sponsoring chef. You can go online and sponsor a chef through a donation so the money still will go to the Bereaved Families of Ontario
So if you can't make it to the event, we're putting the website up as well, but it is bfo-hamiltonburlington.on.ca, and again, that's a great way for you to go on and help out, of course, or buy tickets to the event. Bring a friend. You know, it is kind of a fun way to go about it. And have you served your dish before to anybody else other than your wife?
And they've also survived.
So, you know, if we're getting all these people together in the community.
In fact, I think maybe even some of the directors and camera people on this crew have also tried it.
Oh, wow. You are really working this crowd.
And we get to see you in a chef's hat.
That's right. So they're going to dress you guys up. They're bringing you out like it's almost like a TV show. So they're bringing you guys out all decked out in a chef hat and apron type thing. And are you nervous? You guys nervous?
Well, I'm nervous because I'm not really much in the kitchen. I know, like I said, two things: this chicken dish and scrambled eggs. Other than that,
we didn't find out what the other one was.
that's about it. So
well, at least if the chicken dish goes horribly wrong, scrambled eggs is
scrambled eggs.
That's true. He'll bring a couple eggs with him, and we're good to go. And Bill and I know you cook, so
a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're a ringer.
No.
Oh yeah.
Well, he thinks he's a ringer because we're all involved, but.
Yeah, but I don't know either that you guys are on my side.
So we encourage everybody to hopefully come out to this event. It's coming up on March 3rd at Luna Station. Again, go online. Again, the website up on your screen, bfo.hamiltonburlington.on.ca. It's called the Bay Area Dads for Dads Ultimate Chef 2012. We wish you both the best of luck.
Oh, thank you very much.
And all the other dads out there competing. And I can't wait to try all your wonderful food.
Great. Look forward to seeing you there.
Well, I'll let you know. All right, that's it for now. We'll be back with more TERRA at Home right after this. Please stay with us.
Come and explore the new TERRA, where color lives.
AM 900 CHML is giving you more news when you want it most. Non-stop news weekday mornings 5 till 9, weekday afternoons 3 to 6, with weather and traffic on the 9s. Hear about it first from AM 900 CHML, Hamilton's news talk leader.
Welcome back to TERRA at Home. We are going to declutter your life today, and most people need help with this. We're here with Wendy Hollick from Neat Spaces, and this is your job. You go in, you're a professional organizer. And some people think, you know, they don't even realize that their life is just a little bit of a mess, and you want to go home and have that sort of that haven that makes you feel comfortable, right? And it can weigh on you.
Absolutely.
When you have lots and lots of clutter. I find when I'm decluttering, I don't really know where to put things sometimes as I'm decluttering. So I make little piles and then I don't know where to put those piles. So how do you help somebody out in general?
Well, you're absolutely right. It does get a little worse before it gets better. So
Yes.
what you want to do is pick your priority area in your home. one that's going to give you the greatest benefit and stress relief. Some people don't know which room that is, so maybe the room that you spend the most time in, maybe the kitchen or the front entrance that you see when you come home. And then you work, an idea would be to work clockwise.
Okay.
And remove everything that does not belong in the vision of that room. So create in your mind what this room looks like when it's complete. Keep that in mind as you're deciding what you keep and what you toss.
Okay.
And then remove the items that go into the other areas of your home. So you can see it could get a little worse before it gets better as you try to find homes.
Right,
but
because
you
you're
focus.
just kind of relocating things sometimes.
Right, but focus on the area at hand.
Yeah.
And I promise that it will get better as you evolve to each room.
Okay.
But it's very important to stay focused on that room from A to Z until it's done. And then you move on to your next priority area.
Now, when someone's, you know, some people try to do this themselves and they find that it just becomes overwhelming because some people literally, it's piled up to here from all angles, right? And they don't even know where to start. So that's where you come in. So you do everything from garages to offices, everywhere, right?
That's right.
Every room in the house.
Every
kitchens,
room in the house.
bathrooms.
Paper.
Okay, so what are some of the problems? You said paper is one of the big tough ones for people.
Paper is a large problem because there's so much paper that comes into the home. So start with like an invited guest, uninvite the paper. So if you can go electronic, if you don't need to keep things as long if you're not self-employed or don't need them for tax purposes, have a shredder.
Okay.
Keep for 12 months and then shred.
So you have to keep on top of these things too.
It's a process.
Yes.
That evolves.
Okay.
And you can set up scheduling, so paper maybe every 12 months, your clothes seasonally. The kitchen, when you find you're now opening a cupboard and something's falling out, it may be time to adjust that cupboard.
Right, even like the baking section. I know I had to just redo the baking section in my kitchen because it just, you know, you're pulling and putting things back quickly sometimes, and so you have to keep going back and addressing situations. Okay, what's another area, sort of a problem for people, other things that people can't let go of?
Sentimental, kids. Kids projects, kids schoolwork.
Oh, and there's so much of that. I have a 3-year-old and I already have bins full.
So limit it. Maybe using a decorative bin where we have.
So we do have to show some of this stuff. So again, what I think you're saying, putting it in a decorative bin. So limit what you have.
Correct.
Get some nice looking bins, and you can stack them, and they can sit out, and they don't look. I think a lot of times people have been using the generic sort of Rubbermaid Tupperware. Nothing, you know, negative against them, but you know, some of them are just kind of sort of bland in blue and brown.
We call them plain Jane.
Right. So why not make it pretty?
We can make it pretty.
Yeah.
We can use fabric.
Love this.
These are great for front hall entrances, front hall closets, sitting on a shelf. They hold a multitude of sins. These ones here, very attractive.
Yeah.
Put your camera equipment in them, have them on a shelf in a family room, easy to get to.
Rather than trying to stack loose items that this contains.
Containerize. This one here for kids.
Yeah.
Again, pick your battles of what you keep for the children. Journals are something, or pictures.
Sure.
But 1 + 1, I mean, we know that they learned their math, and maybe that's not something we'll keep.
It's fun to let go. And then if you have more than one kid, oh boy, you got a lot of stuff.
One bin per child.
Okay, so you're going into people's bedrooms, for example. I like this idea. This is actually really kind of neat. A lot of people have a lot of baseball hats that they have a hard time.
Yes.
Male or female, but guys, I'll have a lot. And this is a great way of sort of stacking it and taking, and they're hard to kind of organize.
They are.
So hang them.
So they can be decorative.
Yes.
So in a bedroom, hanging on a closet, hanging inside the closet, or on a wall, you can display them, enjoy them. So any collection's okay within a limit, and if it's respected. So displayed so you can enjoy it, not in the corner of a room, under the bed. Okay.
So moving, say, for example, moving to more of a kitchen type space, this is a great idea. So this is for plastic bags.
It's great. It's slim. It'll fit on any shelf in a pantry. It's a step up above the traditional plastic
that you have to mount
bag organizers that are mountable. Correct. This can sit on any shelf.
Yeah.
And
it's small, and you can jam a lot in there. All right. So again, this would be good. Kitchen or office?
Yes,
probably?
for paper.
Yep.
Again, it can organize without having to see what's out. So if it matches a kitchen scheme or in the office, comes in many colors and can be used for many, even sorting art supplies or craft supplies for children.
Yeah, that's right. If you had a craft room, a playroom, and I like that you can put your own labels, address your own labels onto the system, which is actually kind of nice. And again, these are separate, so you can stack and do what you need to do with. I like that they come in different colors too. Organizing paper, as we were talking, labeling and making it, this is something that I did at home to try, whether it's, you know, coupons or, you know, as you say, certain, maybe someone's come and done work in your home and you want to keep the warranties and things like that, organize them.
This would be your action. Your action files.
Yep.
So things that are ongoing, and a filing cabinet would be recommended for things that are archived, that you need to refer to later, but are not in the process of being
like
active.
A warranty, for example.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
So this would be, for example, to pay your bills, things to read that come in the mail, take out menus, and maybe events, tickets, things that you don't want to forget about that are months down the road.
Okay.
This is a good way to organize paper that's in transition.
Okay, that's a good idea. And we were saying we really like this idea. Having this if somewhere in your kitchen if you can, because we have so many electronic devices now. Organizing your sort of a charging station.
Correct. This could be found at Solutions Your Organized Living store, along with many of these products. And what I like about this one here is you can conceal the power bar in the back. And it sits in the back, and the cords poke through.
Okay.
And you can put as many that will fit into your power bar. And this would be good for your MP3s, your cell phones, and then you know where to go, keys, things that tend to clutter up the counter. This can be placed nicely.
And that's how people tend to lose charging cords and keys. So now you got it all here. So this is good. And I think this is fabulous. We should talk a little bit about this. This is, again, sort of a real kind of a handy little thing that people wouldn't even think of. It's a piece of paper.
They won't think of who would buy a piece of paper. But this is a great tool for anyone traveling, because there's nothing worse than getting somewhere and forgetting something that was important that you need, whether it's a document or a medication, something that would interrupt your trip if you forgot. And there's many on here, so this would last for a number of years of travel.
So just rip it off, and you just check off all the way along.
And every single category is on here.
Yep.
So it makes it quick and organized.
Okay. So you're talking about just organizing your life, and that's what you're for. So it's neatspaces.ca, right, is your website, and people can contact you and literally have some come to your home, visit you, and you can literally go right into your room and basically set up and fix their entire room from head to toe.
Correct. We can organize with the client or without. Many people are very busy, so they can go off to work, and I can come in and help organize and have a room possibly done by the time they get home.
Oh, that is good. Wendy, thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. So again, it's neatspaces.ca. More Terra at home after this.
Come and explore the new Terra, where color lives.
AM 900 CHML is giving you more news when you want it most. Non-stop news weekday mornings 5 till 9, weekday afternoons 3 to 6, with weather and traffic on the 9s. Hear about it first from AM 900 CHML, Hamilton's news talk leader.
Welcome back to Terra at Home. We are back in our Terra kitchen, and we are here with Chef Rachel. Nice to see you again.
To see you too.
And you're making a kind of a little bit of a healthier dish for us today, kind of something nice and light. I love fish. We're supposed to have it 3 times a week, like the Mediterraneans do.
Yes.
It's hard to do. So you're going to help us today. What are we making?
Yeah, something a little different. I have some halibut here. We're going to crust it with some pistachios that are ground up, a medley of vegetables, and a sweet and sour glaze.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah.
So we'll start off with this fish. You want the pan nice and hot.
Right.
Okay, so the pistachios stick to it and they get nice and brown. So I'm going to start this right now.
Okay.
To get that going while we talk about this.
So you just picked up kind of a couple nice pieces of halibut.
Yeah.
And halibut's a nice fish, right? It's most people like it. It's pretty mild, kind of a nice sort of consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can use any kind of fish that you like. Any white fish, I would suggest for this dish. But yeah, I like the halibut. I like the thickness of it. Kind of nice,
especially if you're putting a crust on it, right? You don't want something too flimsy.
Exactly.
Then you don't even taste the fish.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So we have whole pistachios here that I ground up. So that's all that is now. But I'm just going to add in some breadcrumbs to that. So just Italian style breadcrumbs. just to give it a little more flavor. Mix that up with your hand.
Yeah, so it's not just nuts.
Yeah, a little bit of breadcrumbs, salt and pepper, and make a bit of a crust there.
Okay.
Okay, and then my fillets here, I just brushed with a little bit of olive oil. You can also use egg wash if you'd like.
Right, I was just going to ask that. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm just going to use a little bit of olive oil to let it stick. And I'm actually only going to do one side of each of these. So just the top side.
Well, that's a nice idea then. So you're not getting too much of it, right?
Yeah, it's not too overwhelming.
Because I find if you're doing something like that with a red meat or a chicken, you can sometimes do the whole piece because it has a little bit more, you know, density to it. There's a little bit more to it, but the fish is so light that it can be overpowering.
So you don't really need a lot of that. So there we go. My hand to wipe there. If I could just pass that to you to put over to the side. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, great. So that's easy.
So a nice hot pan, and basically you said you're just searing this.
Right. So we want to sear it on both sides. When you're searing meat, you want to start with the presentation side down first.
Okay.
Okay, so in this case, we're going to put the pistachio side down. And so that gives it a nice start to the fish because you're presenting that side, right? If you were to start with the bottom
and then flip
it, your pan's kind of dirty at that point.
Okay.
And, right,
so secrets.
that's kind of a rule that I go by.
Okay.
Presentation always side down.
Okay.
So we'll see how hot this pan really is. So that's good. It's kind of bubbling. You can hear the noise. That's good.
I've noticed you have enough oil in there to kind of, you know, you want some to be kind of some movement with oil there. You don't want it to dry out on you, right?
Right.
Okay.
Because the mixture, the breadcrumb pistachio mixture is going to soak up a lot of it.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't want it to be too dry. So we'll just leave that for, you know, a minute or so. Then we'll flip it over, sear the other side, and then I'm going to put it on a baking tray, and we'll just finish it off in the oven.
Okay, and what's great about fish too is it cooks so quickly, right? So once you get it in the oven, it's only going to take a few minutes, right?
Yes, exactly. Okay. So I have the oven preheated to 350.
Okay.
Let's pass that over to you. Yep. Yeah, and then in the meantime, we can get this pan on. So I just have a little bit of butter in this pan. Okay. So I'm just going to turn that on and low, melt the butter, and we'll get that ready for our vegetables. Some little pearl onions here that I've peeled, and I think I'm actually going to cut these in half. Okay. They won't take as long to cook.
So this is just kind of a nice light accompaniment for the fish, right? I mean, you could add a starch if you want to, but sometimes people, you know, are trying, especially this time of year, to kind of take out some of the carbs.
Yeah.
When potatoes and the rice.
Yeah, I like julienne vegetables, so the thin strips, you know, carrots, peppers, onion. I think it really goes well with fish. And we have a little bit of green onion and some fresh herbs on the side for a little bit of color.
It adds great color.
So that's starting to look really good, almost done. My butter's melting over here. So I'm just going to add these onions in first, and we'll cook them for a moment.
Okay.
And I think these are just about ready. Now this piece is a little bit bigger, so it might take a bit longer. But for the most part, you want to get some fish that are about the same size, so the cooking time is even.
Great.
There we go. So those are ready for the oven. Now we'll just move our pans around here. So we'll continue on with the vegetables.
Okay.
Right. So, I mean, these are so thinly sliced that they won't take very long to cook as well.
It's actually a really nice kind of fast dish. You know, some people don't really want to get into the fish and all. I mean, a big meal during the week, especially, right, if they've been working all day. But this is something, I mean, you could do a lot of this prep ahead of time. You could have this all cut up.
Yeah.
Buy the fish, pick it up on your way home from work, and you're good to go. So that makes it nice and easy.
Very easy.
Onions and butter.
Yeah.
Yum. That's a good combo.
So we'll cook those for a second. Now in this pan, we're going to do our glaze, and it's so easy. Honey. So I have about 6 tablespoons of honey in here. So I put that in already.
Yeah, use the liquid honey, right?
Yeah, and it's quite thick there. So if we just put this on the heat, and you know, get it kind of.
So you just have the honey on its own right now and warming it.
Yes, exactly. So we put that on the heat. It'll get a little looser. It won't be so tough.
Okay.
And then in a moment we'll add some white wine vinegar. So that's what I have in here.
Okay.
So we'll do that in a minute. But basically, you just cook those together.
Yep.
You know, simmer it for 5 to 10 minutes, and it makes somewhat of a glaze.
Of a glaze.
It's really simple, but you have the sweet.
And then now you just add
sour.
these vegetables in and pretty much saute them up, and you're good to go.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll add a little bit of garlic.
Good. All right.
And we can chop up some fresh herbs, and we're going to put that in there with the vegetables as well.
So add our vegetables. This is great. That's again, it's one of those dishes you could add a variety of different vegetables to it, right? And whatever you have, it's handy and it's good to go. So
yeah,
very good.
So yeah, those only take a few minutes. We can season them with salt and pepper.
Perfect.
And the green onions, I would just add in at the end.
At the end. Okay. I noticed you do that. You kind of keep the onions to the end, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to finish off the dish and show you how beautiful it is. We'll be back in just a bit.
Come and explore the new TERRA, where color lives.
AM 900 CHML is giving you more news when you want it most. Non-stop news weekday mornings 5 till 9, weekday afternoons 3 to 6, with weather and traffic on the 9s. Hear about it first from AM 900 CHML, Hamilton's news talk leader.
Welcome back to TERRA at Home, and we're back with Chef Rachel, finishing up our fine fish dish, and everything's ready to go, and we're going to plate it.
Yep.
So you've made the sauce now.
Yes. So a little bit of honey, warm that up until it gets nice and soft. Add in the white wine vinegar, about 6 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons, and then just let it bubble for about 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes or so.
Okay.
And you can see that it's kind of gotten a little thick there.
Yeah.
As it cools slightly, it'll get more thick as well. So I put this on the plate first.
Oh, okay.
So we'll just drizzle that on the plate there. So you can see it kind of keeps its shape. You know that.
That's all you need, right? Because it's going to have that sweetness to it. So you don't need a lot. It's just to kind of set.
And then our vegetables here, so we sauteed them up at the end of the cooking time. Added in the green onions, some basil, and some fresh parsley.
Nice.
So we'll put that down next, right on top.
That's the thing with the vegetables too. You don't need to saute them for too long, right? It's just a nice quick little in the pan, so you're still getting the benefits, the health benefits of the vegetables before you.
Yeah. Couple onions on each.
It looks really pretty, even just that.
Nice and colorful, right? Because your white fish isn't always extremely exciting. That's right. Okay. And then we'll top it with our fillets here.
I think what's, again, it's nice. It's a nice, easy dish. It's colorful. It's healthy. If you want to find out, again, how to prepare this recipe, you can go onto our website, terragreenhouses.com, and it'll be there. It's easy. And again, it's just a really nice option to try to fit that 3 times a week of fish in your diet. So very pretty, very easy, and looking forward to it. Looking forward to giving it a try. Thank you so much, Rachel. And again, we'll be airing, of course, every Saturday morning at 5 a.m. So catch us, TERRA at Home. Thanks for now.
Come and explore the new TERRA, where color lives.